Okay, so y'all wanted a story time about how I got this little dimple right here, or whatever you want to call it. So basically, back this year around like April, I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out because I had two impacted and then two normal ones that grew all the way through the skin into a full tooth. And it was on this side, right? And it hurt pretty bad, I ain't gonna lie. It hurt really bad. So I booked the appointment to go see them, have my consultation, and then literally that day they're like, all right, we're just gonna take all four of them out. And normally, you just get two of them taken out, but fortunately I was born with all four of my wisdom teeth. So they did that, and I'll insert some pictures and videos of myself. I look crazy because I just got off of anesthesia and hydrocodone and tramadol, all three of them. So I got that, and then I got home. My face was hella swollen, y'all, like super swollen, way more swollen than you were supposed to be. And they said, yeah, the swollenness will go down like after maybe 10 days. Mine did hit 10 days on the dot until it started unswelling. I thought stuff was fine and dandy, but here's the thing. I couldn't open my mouth more than this for a fingertip to go in my mouth after I had my surgery. Now, I just thought maybe it'll go away after a while. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think anything was wrong with me. I was wrong. So move on to like around May, so like a month post-op, 2 months post-op. My dad had to get his surgery for his umbilical cord surgery, and I was like, well, I can't take my, how I'm feeling away from him when he's having surgery, because that's like a pretty intense thing he's going through. So that day we woke up for his to go to his surgery, I could feel just the whole side of my face like getting real tense, and I couldn't move it. My face started swelling up, my eardrum, it started like ringing, making a bunch of these crazy noises. So then I was like, well, something's wrong. But I waited till my dad was fully healed to even mention anything to my parents about what was happening with me, because like I said, I don't want to take a time away from my dad, because it's, major surgery on your stomach. That's crazy. Okay, so this is like the day of when my dad had surgery. There's my dad, getting ready for his surgery. And this is the day I woke up, my face looked like, oh, it's swollen. It's swollen here. This is the next day. Then the next day, it just progressively got worse and worse. I was crying in this one, so I was a little more swollen. And then this weird little bruise I got appeared. TW warning. I started leaking out this yellow stuff. Then after all that, I was like, I really gotta do something. So I went to one doctor. They did a CT scan on my head to make sure there wasn't it wasn't cancerous or anything like that. Then the doctor basically sent me somewhere else because he said it was so not up his lane, he couldn't do anything for me. But here's the x-ray of my jaw, which, hey, look at them roots are hella straight, you know what I mean? What it do, what it ain't. But so he sent me to another place the same day he sent me. So this is the other place that I went to, and this doctor was very helpful. He was actually down to help me because he's never seen something like this happen to somebody. Now you can see in the photo, you can see how round my face is on one side and the other side isn't, because that's how swollen it was. And he's trying to figure out where it was. In this picture, there's a little tiny ball that's inside of your cheek, right? Where your cheek is where your muscle is that helps your jaw open up and shut, basically. Now, he was concerned because my mouth wasn't opening, right? At this point, I was desperate, and I was like, you know what, I'll just do the second surgery because I want to eat. I was on a liquid diet, basically, for 3 months. I was not eating no solids, no nutrients, nothing. I lost a bunch of weight. So then I was like, all right, let's do the surgery. So now, next picture. I did the surgery. I look a little tired, and then that's what it was like the next day. The muscle that he was talking about is this. And then I found out what exactly happened to me when they did the surgery. They also inserted a tube inside of my mouth to help drain whatever that was. And I found out the scar tissue that was around where they initially did my first incisions for my wisdom teeth. They cut it so deep to where it wouldn't heal on its own, and they never informed me of what happened to me or to my parents after my surgery. They kind of just shoved me out the door and told me, get going, This next clip is me opening my mouth. This is after the surgery that I had. You see how much of a difference my jaw opened up? You can definitely still see on my face which side is swollen, which one isn't. That's where my infection was. So basically, I got put on 4,000 milligrams of antibiotics. I was also on Tramadol. I was on hydrocodone. I was on Motrin. I was on Tylenol. I was on everything you could freaking think of. Now, this picture, like, I'm kind of post-op from the second surgery. You can see my face is very tight on one side, which kind of makes me mad. This is with no filter on. And you can clearly still see exactly where that infection happened in my jaw muscles, which is crazy because it came out to the outside of my mouth, not even the inside. This thing went all the way through the inside of my mouth to the outside, trying to burst on the outside, which would have left a nasty scar. But at this point, guys, I'm just thankful that I can eat again and live kind of happily. And this is me now. Honestly, I look okay in this picture. You can't really tell, but it makes me want to wear so much foundation and makeup because I feel ugly with this thing, even though it wasn't my fault that I got this. Honestly, this happened because someone wasn't doing their job.